and welcome back. This week we are going to be doing try to get through all of my library books before they have to be returned or renewed. Reading vlog. Very long title. So I went to the library and went a little overboard. I didn't realize that I put so many books on hold and they all came in at the same time. And so I have quite a few library books that I want to try to get through this week, or at least before the 20th when they're due. I don't know if you'll be seeing this after the 20th or whatever, but some of them are due on the 20th. So I want to be able to read all of them before that. And I have you propped on my coffee table because we're sitting here on the floor with little man. And he's giving me the strangest expression right now. But anyway, let's go ahead and I will share the books that I am currently reading as well as the ones that I want to get to in this vlog. So currently I am reading The Only Survivor, which is not a library book obviously, but I'm reading it as a book club read. So about halfway through that. I'm also reading Funny Story, library book. And I don't know, like a third of the way through that. So those are the two that I'm currently reading. I'm hoping that Funny Story I will finish like, I don't know, in a day or two. Just because I'm kind of picking it up when I'm not reading the book club read. So the other books I have to read. So this one is not actually a library book either, but like a dummy, I requested the audiobook and it became available. And instead of just saying like, hold until where I'm the first person in line again, I checked it out. So I have to, and then I feel like our audiobooks for our library, you only get 2 weeks instead of 3. So I really need to read this sooner rather than later. Actually, it's due before the rest of these like physical books are due. So I really need to get on that. That's one of them. And then we have The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. This was a recommendation based on a friend. So when I saw it at the library, I put it on hold. Sally Hepworth, The Soulmate. Again, I heard about this on a BookTube, YouTube, whatever. Heard that it was a great thriller for the summer. So I put that on hold at the library and it came in. And then A Twist in Time. This is a time travel mystery series where she is from present day. She's an FBI agent and she magically gets transported through time to like 1815, I think is the year. I realize it's probably not for everybody, but it's kind of the combination of like Outlander meets Bridgerton meets Criminal Minds. So that is all the books that I'm hoping to get through, which I know is a lot of books. And honestly, right now, audiobooks are the easiest way for me to actually read books because of little man, who is currently like kicking his legs beside me. So I'm not even sure why I bother with physical books, except that I really, like, if I can, I really enjoy like reading along physically when it's being read to me. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, so I actually just put in a pickup order for crumble cookies. So I'm going to go pick those up. Do you want to go get some cookies? Yeah. Yeah. Let mommy indulge a little? Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. We're back and I have acquired the goods. So I think I might go sit on the couch, try some cookies, and continue reading a funny story. All right, so I really need to get my camera stand from upstairs, but right now we're just holding it. Oh, let me go let the dog in. So I am like 135 pages into Funny Story right now. And so the thing about this book, I really wasn't going to read it. I saw it at the library and I decided to pick it up because I'd heard so many good things and so many people recommending it in their like summer TBRs. Like they when you would talk about like books to read during the summer, everybody would mention Emily Henry and like Funny Story or Happy Place. And so I decided to pick it up. But Emily Henry was, while her writing is good, it always fell a little below my expectations, I feel like. So I feel like I've gone into this book with much lower expectations because of my previous reading experiences. So I read Beach Read, which I think I've rated a 4-star, but typically if I really like a book, I would give it 5 stars. Like I am not a stingy 5-star giver. So for me to give a 4-star, I must have really not that I didn't like it, just that it wasn't as impressive to me, I'm thinking. I really need to go get a stand. Hang on. Okay, so we just ended up sitting back down because I didn't want to leave little man here. So anyway, I was hesitant because I've always just felt like everybody hypes up her books so much, and I'm sure people love them tremendously or else they wouldn't recommend them as highly. But I just had never thought previously reading Beach Read and People You Meet on Vacation, I think that's the title of it. I just was not as impressed. And so I figured like maybe she's just not the author for me, and which is fine. But I figured I would give this one another try. And surprisingly, I am enjoying it much more than I thought that I would. And I'm not really sure if it's because I have lowered my expectations, thinking that like, oh, I really don't like her writing. Like it's funny and, you know, a little bit, but it's just not for me. Or if this book is better, in my opinion. I don't know. But anyway, I am enjoying it so far. Good morning. It is Wednesday morning now. I think I was in the middle of talking about how I was liking this book, this Emily Henry book, more than the previous 2 that I had read. And that was true of the first 100 and some pages. And then I listened to the audiobook as I was cooking dinner last night. And honestly, I just started getting like really bored with it, which is perhaps like the feeling that I've had with the previous 2 books. But I'm going to try and finish it. I'm on like page 210 now, I think. So only like 100 and some pages left. So I feel like at this point I should just finish it. But I think this is why I feel like Emily Henry is just not for me, because the beginning starts out so strong, like it gets you kind of hooked, and then the middle just kind of like fizzles for me. I just feel bored, and so there's no like real pull to pick it up except just to have it like be finished. So that's my book update. The otherwise life update, little man was up quite a few times, but you know, for being up so many times, he's looking quite fresh, even though I am feeling not very refreshed. I feel like I didn't take off my mascara last night, so like I feel like I have that all over my face and, you know, all those things. But real life, I guess, right? So we are going to go for a walk today with one of our friends and baby, and then out to lunch. And so yeah, we will I will let you know hopefully when I finish this book and what's going on with the Only Survivors. We just got back from going for a walk and out to lunch. I feel like I look like a hot mess. It was quite warm outside, and we walked along this like buoy, like boardwalk type of thing over a marsh, and so there was no shade and it was quite warm, and I'm not really sure why we decided to do that, but anyway, I did read The Only Survivors a little bit on the way back, and so I think in the middle of chapter 13, and it is getting so good. I really don't want to give like any spoilers away from this, but it's getting really good. Like, you don't know who to trust. So I can't wait to keep reading this. I think I'm going to maybe just finish up chapter 13 and then text the other girls to see where they are, because I don't want to get too far ahead where I'm giving spoilers away for them as we discuss this. Since we got home from our walk and lunch, I have edited a video to go live tomorrow. Today's Wednesday, so it'll go live on Thursday. And of course we've eaten and, you know, all of the baby stuff. But I need to try to get the house cleaned a little bit. I've been ignoring the kitchen and it is looking quite horrible. So I'm hoping to get that done, especially if he will take a nap. But I'm going to try to listen to the funny story book. I'm just not really feeling it, and I'm not really sure what changed between like a third of the way of the book done to like 2/3 of the way. I just am not really invested in it, I guess. And I guess this is what happens with every Emily Henry book. But in any case, I have like a little over 100 pages left. So I'm going to try and finish that while I clean the kitchen a little and make dinner. Good morning. It is Thursday morning and we are heading out to Baby and Me story time, something like that, at the library this morning. It's our first time going to this library. We went to a different library earlier in the week, so we'll see how that goes. But I just wanted to check in with you this morning. I did finish reading a funny story, but I will give you an update on that a little bit later when we are not trying to get out the door, because it is hard enough to get out of the door these days anyway. So I will catch up with you a little bit later in the day. We just got out of story time and Baby and Me time at the library, and I am sitting in traffic right now. They're doing construction on the road, on a 1-lane road, and so you have to sit and wait for the lane to be open. So we're sitting here waiting for our turn to go. And I finished Funny Story this morning, and I ended up giving it 3.5 stars. So on Goodreads, it looks like it's a 4-star read. It was just the middle that did not keep my interest very well. I'm not really sure why. I don't know. Maybe it was just the right book, wrong time. I don't know. But in any case, I have moved on and I am listening to the Smile Beach Murder, the cozy mystery that takes place in the Outer Banks. I'm listening to that on the audiobook on our drive home, and I will catch up a little bit more when we get there, because I did read a little bit more also in Only Survivors. So I'm reading 2 Outer Banks books right now, so I'm excited. But anyway, it's about our time to go. I think, I don't know, there's a big tractor trailer coming. Anyway, so I will catch up with you when we get home. We just got back from Target and I figured I would show you the books that I ended up getting. I went shopping for Father's Day some. So I got a card for my dad for Father's Day, and then for little man for Father's Day for my dad. So grandpa, we got my Grandpa is Grand book, which I thought was cute. I read it in the store. And then just for little man, I got You're My Little Firecracker. I thought that was also really cute. And then for myself, I've been hearing so many good things about the 7-Year Slip, so I purchased that. And I hate when you don't look at books when you're in the store, because when I got home, I noticed that it has like a little flaw right here, which is kind of a bummer, but whatever. And the other one that I had not heard anything of, but I've read another book by him, and it is How to Sell a Haunted House. It sounded really good, and like I said, the other book that I read by him, something about vampires, Southern Book Club's Guide to, I don't know, something like that. So I really liked that one, so I figured I would pick this up for the fall. So right now, Target was having a buy one, get one 50% off. So I figured, why not, right? In other news, I have been listening to the audiobook of the Smile Beach Murder, and it is pretty good so far. We're just kind of getting started with it, getting a little background information about the murder, about the lighthouse, about, all that type of stuff. So I'm going to keep listening to the audiobook and put away the rest of the stuff. We got all kinds of just random stuff that we needed. So do that. Good morning, y'all. It is Friday morning. We have made it to Friday. I wanted to give you a bit of an update because I don't think that I had said or talked to you very much yesterday. In any case, I have been reading the Smile Beach Murder or listening to the audiobook, more like it, like when we went to Target, when I got home, when I was feeding the baby, that type of thing. So about a third of the way through so far, and this one is pretty good. So one of the things that I do like about this is it did not take very long before somebody turned up dead, which is good because I've read some cozy mysteries where you get like almost halfway through the book and nobody has died yet. So that's a bit of a buzzkill for a cozy mystery for me. So that is one good thing going about this book is the person died relatively quickly. So I'm a third of the way in, and she's already kind of starting to question people. She being Callie, the main character in this, our cozy mystery sleuth, I guess. Sorry, the word just didn't, it was an early morning, and I have my full cup of coffee here. So anyway, she's already starting to sleuth, but okay, so I'm not giving this away if I say that. They're calling it a suicide and they're like refusing to look into it further, the police. I mean, I'm sure that is a thing for cozy mysteries, but just none of them that I have read that I remember, it's always like obvious that it was a murder. So this is a little bit different for me. But I'm enjoying it so far. So the plan for today is I have a doctor's appointment and my mom is going to watch Little Man for a little while I go to that. So I am going to try to read while I don't have him like in the car, which he's totally fine with audiobooks in the car. He does not care. He falls asleep wherever. He's actually sleeping in his swing right now, which is why we're not in the living room. I didn't want to like start talking and wake him up. I figured I would just take my earbuds and listen to the audiobook while I was there. I'm really trying to get through this one. I'm feeling like good now that I've started this. This is due, I think, in less than a week. This audiobook is due in less than a week, where I looked at the my other books and I think I have 2 more weeks for those. So I am doing a-okay as far as like progressing through my library books. But I'm still going to try to read. I figured I would continue this vlog on through the weekend and maybe until like Monday-ish. So we do have a very full weekend. It is Father's Day weekend. And so we have plans for Saturday and then obviously Sunday. So we will just get to those as we get there. But yeah, I'm going to read some more, and again, I just feel like the kitchen is always in need of tidying, so I'm going to tidy up the kitchen some and listen to the audiobook while I do that. Good morning. It is Saturday morning and I wanted to give you a quick update that I finished Smile Beach Murder yesterday afternoon. It just got a little busy and I didn't have time to connect with y'all, but this was a really cute, cozy mystery. I definitely did not see the ending coming, but I kind of had a thought about it. I don't know. It did not wrap up how I was expecting it to wrap up. So it was really cute. I gave it a 4 stars. That is my update. Now I have to figure out which next library book I want to read. I'm thinking that I don't know, what are my options? I have The Murder in Time or A Twist in Time, whatever the second book's title is. The Soulmate, which is like a thriller. I don't think I want to read 2 thrillers at the same time. Or the Addie LaRue book, which is The library has it classified as fantasy. Maybe it is magical realism, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, I'll try to figure out which one I'm going to read next, but we are going to an amusement park today with my husband's work, and so I doubt that I will have a whole lot of time to read, but we'll see. So happy Monday. It has been quite a while since I have talked to you. I think I gave you an update on Saturday morning, and then we had all kinds of plans for Saturday, going to the amusement park, and then Sunday, yesterday was Father's Day, so I did not really do any that much reading or anything. So I figured I would hop on here and give you a quick wrap up of my reading for over this vlog over the past week. So I started off reading The Only Survivors, which I will talk about in a future video when I go through our book clubs. So the other books that I read was A Funny Story by Emily Henry. I ended up giving this 3.5 stars. I mean, it was a good story, but not something that I would recommend, I don't think. The second book that I completed is the Smile Beach Murder, and I did like this one. I gave it 4 stars. I thought it was a great cozy mystery. And then the last book I did not finish, but I picked it up. I started reading it, and I'm 93 pages in. That is A Twist in Time. This is the one with the FBI agent that goes back in time. So I started reading this, and I will probably continue to read it, but I will have to give you the update in the June wrap up, which should be coming out next week. So I will try to finish that for the wrap up. But those are the books that I finished reading in this week, and thanks for hanging out with me all week. I will see y'all again soon. Bye, guys.